What do we got? Oh, it's a little slow. All right, let's see. See if we can quiet this thing down. Quiet down now. Quiet down now, you hear? Microphone. I don't know if it makes any discernible difference if it's 1 inch away, 6 inches away. That's 6 inches, right? What? Too soon? For some reason, there's a delay. Huh. Weird. Anyway, as long as it doesn't sound all stupid, I don't really mind such delays. What's going down? Okay, these kind of market moves are pretty normal. This was, again, mostly about leverage, mostly about idiots. We'll take a look at the markets, but we're not going to speak about markets in terms of what you should or shouldn't buy, unless it's the theory behind it. Remember, you guys gotta navigate these waters on your own. You just need to have some good rules that you stick by. But we will go and take a look. I know, it's good. Look, it's a shirt that looks dirty. See how it's clean, but it looks dirty? I didn't get this one on Temu, but I got it on a similar kind of sketchy-ass Chinese site. But I'm not a hater. I love sketchy-ass Chinese sites. Because if you go somewhere, if it's like a nice place and you have a nice car, everyone just assumes that all of your stuff is super nice. And that is a bad assumption, my friend, because I have some cheap stuff. Cheap. Like if I was a bird, you know, like birds are like chirp, chirp. If I was a bird, I would be like cheap. That's what's going on in these markets right now, and I like it. I was really close. I bought some stuff yesterday because, well, actually, I think technically Sunday was my dollar cost average day, but I tried to do some stuff on Sunday. It didn't work out, and then I did get in yesterday. I got filled on a lot of stuff, and that's kind of behind the wall stuff, so I won't tell you what I was buying, but I will say this. As I look at the market right now, I'm going to look at it on my little device here. What? Livecoin Watch, because it's so easy and you don't have to actually do anything for real. Bitcoin's not down where it was, but it's down. Maybe we should do like what looks... Nah, we'll do that tomorrow. Because there's some things that look really good. Like... really good. It's tricky. You can pretty much dollar cost average into anything right now. What you can't do is, well, what you shouldn't be doing is trying to sell anything right now, trying to adjust, trying to protect profit and all that kind of stuff. You missed it. If you were trying to sell stuff, this is why, again and again, I try to hammer you guys about having a rules-based approach to exits. Dollar cost average on your way in, and you need to have rules-based approach to exit, right? And we know what that is. Oh, Kitty's definitely tearing stuff up now. Meow, meow. Give me 2 seconds, because I know he's tearing up something expensive. And I know what it is. What are you doing? So somehow he got the drain out of the drain. What are you doing, buddy? Do you see him? What's up, buddy? Meow meow. He's going in there to F stuff up. So he had the drain ripped out of the drain. He was playing with it like a chew toy. Kitty. See, the thing is, like, a lot of these cats, they don't know everything's a toy. Anyway, okay. 10x take 20, 2x take 10. Yes. All right. Real quick, show of hands. Who had an exit in the last 7 days? Be careful now. We're Tuesday morning. So between last Tuesday and this Tuesday, who had any of their exits? Either their 10x take 20 or their 2x take 10. Throw that in. Don't say what you sold. Don't say how much, but just say you did a 2x take 10 or a 10x take 20. Mitch, that's more of a behind the wall type question. I can say, vaguely speaking, I don't think it's a long-term play based on the team. Because the team is 3 or 4 amazing individuals and about 60 boneheads. And so for me, that's kind of a no-go. There's a lot of projects that have great individuals. Algorand has great individuals. Cardano has great individuals. AGIX has great individuals. Singularity DAO, great individuals. But then when you start saying, is the entire team worthy of your currency units, other than a trade, the answer is not always the same. So I'm not gonna, hey, dude, stop. Wow. You wanna be on TV?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Good boy. I torture him with the kisses. He's gonna learn that if he just bites me, I'll never do that again. That day is coming. So let me see. Okay, we got some yeses. All right, we got a yes. We got a few yeses. We have a few people that got some 10x take 20s. Let's see. I know for sure there was a couple people. Somebody got one while they were here for the weekend. So when you're looking at these teams, especially teams that may have 1 or 2 premier players and the rest of the team is kind of not so great, or they have a lot of lazy people or people that just stand in line waiting for a handout. Those are telling you that they're trades, right? Those are telling you that they are trades. Okay, so here's what I wanted to get at. So we had 10x, good. So you can unbond them at a time. Good to know how many times. Okay, this is actually a good question. Let me turn the music down. Well, it's not even down, but whatever. Let me make it less. Kitty. God, he's just tearing shit up. Okay. Fetch is a great example. Fetch is a token that went up really fast. People weren't prepared for it. There's a 21-day unbonding period, as you say, and it takes a while to get out. I think I still have 7 or 8 more days. My exit was 178. All right, 179, because 17.9 cents, just shy of 18 cents. I never took it. I didn't get to take it. I should have probably when fetch cracked $1.20, $1.30, I should have unbonded. And because there's a 21-day unbonding or thawing period. And so a lot of you would say, oh man, I didn't get to take my exit. So what you need to do is when you start to see an asset running and it's anywhere near your a double or your 10x position or whatever your exit is, you need to pre-thaw or pre-unbond. For instance, I have a lot of Ethereum and it's staking in various places. And I think that at Coinbase, it's 11 days. At different places, it's like different things. But at Coinbase, it's 11 days. Although you can flip into their proxy token, which is like Coinbase stake, CBST ETH or whatever, staked ETH, which is kind of weird. But anyway, so you can unbond, you can unlock, unstake, and it's like 11 days. Fetch, 21 days. Anyway, you want to know what these days are. With AGIX, I was jammed up because it was way out. It was like a month. Now, okay, Cisco, that one is you're being cognitive. That's a cognitive bias. I should have sold all. You mean you should have sold all at the high that one trade executed somewhere in the world? You should have sold it? Come on, buddy. That's like saying you should have bought all of it when it was 3 cents. I should have bought everything at 3 cents. I don't know if that's intellectually honest. You have 17 more days for your fetch. I'll tell you what I have, just so you guys don't feel bad. Just so you don't feel bad. Let's see. I got to get to it. Cosmo. I'm not going to show you it for obvious reasons. Well, I can show you it when I get to the page. Come on, Cosmos Station. We're going to go to fetch. So in case those of you that are on the app and you want to know, okay, how do I get out of it? Okay, you go. And again, don't be doing transactions on the app, but you can view what you're doing on the app. And you can probably restake. For those of you, by the way, the little button right here, boop, boop, you touch it, and it gives you all these options. Send stake, claim rewards, compound all rewards. If you're just compounding back and forth, compound all rewards is what you want. You just click that. You click tiny transaction. You're going to click confirm. So you're going to have to click through it. Don't just leave it. Some people leave it and nothing happens. You got to click through it and confirm it. Okay, but if you want to look at your staking or unstaking or whatever that looks like, go to stake, which is the second button. Then go to the pool that you're at. Like I'm in block scope. So I click block scope and it shows unstaking. And then it shows the date. So if you look, it has my unstakings. It shows what you're unstaking and it gives you a date. I think you guys can see that. So my date is the 30th. Well, we're not there. So it feels like it's always been 11 more days. I don't know how long it's been 11 more days. So anyway, it's 11 more days. Okay, so that's that. And while I'm here, I will restake. I will compound all rewards. I got a few tokens in there. I try to do it once every 2 or 3 days because the fees are so minimal. But you do you. All right. And then it shows fetch. Yeah, so fetch. So I can go through and do Cosmos also. Okay. You have to pre-unstake. Yeah. And that's the thing, the woulda, shoulda, could. No, none of that really matters. You make always the best decisions you can moving forward all the time. Like, I chose the wrong creamer today. It's not too good. It's actually quite bad. But I'm going to endure because it's sugary and creamy. All right. Yeah, I think if you look at these assets, let's do this. Let's do a little look at markets. We'll do a little kind of silly look at markets, but not for what should you buy, what should you not buy, but just an overall sentiment. Okay, so I look at these bad boys, and the market cap gave up a lot. Like the numbers I was looking at yesterday was just in Bitcoin terms, 500 million in longs were liquidated in Bitcoin, and 100 million, this is the crazy, 100 million in shorts. It's just gamblers gonna gamble, and they just keep getting nuked. And it's mind-boggling how stupid people are. This is weird. This chart is kind of funny. This is not the chart I usually have. Let me see. I have a layout, a special layout. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice, sir? We can go all the way out to a year. We can see what's going on. We have the price, we have the market cap, and the world is a better place. Okay. Who got beat up yesterday? And sometimes what I like to do is, if I'm dollar cost averaging, I'll go to the 7-day, and I want to look and see who the biggest losers are on the 7-day. Okay, so, oh crap, let me do it one more time. So of the people that got punished, God damn it, why does it keep doing that? 1. Okay, of the people that got punished, of the coins that got punished, if you were dollar cost averaging, you go, I look at the 7-day or the 30-day, and I see who has gotten the biggest ass whooping recently. And then I say, okay, who's on my list? So Ravencoin, no. Storjake, no. Well, maybe. Optimism, yes. I mean, again, on my list. Your list is your list. My list. Cogito, hell no. Harmony One, yes. Sia Coin, no. Zcash, no. Filecoin, yes. I bought Filecoin yesterday. Doge, no. Flow, no. AGIX, no. But as a trade, if it cut this number in half, if it got into the 70s, like 70s, low 70s, it's probably something you entertain again as an option. Matic, yes. VeChain, maybe. Algorand, no. And they have gotten crushed too. Really crushed. And also, you look back a year, you could have just waited and not made any decision on Algorand for a year. But Algorand, that's not an investment anymore. They've proven that they're not probably a company worthy of anyone's money. Nunet, definitely not. You would just be looking to see if it was time to sell more of it. Sophiaverse, that's a maybe going into the launch. Ethereum is still a yes. That's still a big yes for me. It's the crappiest necessary thing in your portfolio. It's the garbagiest necessary asset. Arweave is a yes for me, but not right here. As a trade, yes. Not as an investment. Ocean, yes. ADA, yes. SDAO, not really. Cosmos, unfortunately not. It's the highest. It's the most functional layer one that no one seems to care about. Kind of like Cardano. That's why I wish it would. If Cardano and Cosmos, Polkadot, and Algorand would all just get over themselves and link up and create some giant foundation and one massive blob layer one to rule them all, then Ethereum would actually have some trouble. They would actually have trouble competing with that, and those four together would take a lot of market share from Ethereum. But all of those companies are run by guys that are very prideful and would not relinquish their power, and it's just unlikely that anything awesome like that. Sylvia McCauley will never back down. The Cosmos team would, Gavin would, Charles probably wouldn't. So you have Charles and Silvio. They're never going to find internal consensus. I just don't think there's a way that happens. I mean, even if they say it's going to happen, there's just not a way that really happens. Hold on. He's tearing stuff up again.
trashing everything.
All right. Let's go back. Okay. So yeah, those are the biggest losers. So if you're dollar cost averaging, you just start by the things that are on your list that are the biggest losers. That seems like a safe way to kind of approach that. Okay. Let's hit some of your questions. Suggested off ramp for fetch. That's going to be Kraken. As far as I know, Kraken has the native fetch token. They still do it. So what you do is send a couple of it's very cheap. Send a couple of tokens over to Kraken from Cosmo Station, and make sure they go right. Spend a buck. Verify it with a buck. The transactions are very cheap. It's not Ethereum. They're pennies. Spend a buck. Okay. So yeah, that would be my off ramp. If you have the non-native or the Ethereum-based fetch, you can go right to Coinbase. And you may be able to. It's a good question. You may be able to go to Bitrue with both of them. Let me look. Do we have fetch native? Okay, FET USDT. Let's do. Let me get past all their stupid little pop-up ads. Market. FET. Sometimes the app experience, not so great. You go to deposit, fetch. Let's see if it gives us an option. No, it's only Ethereum. Okay, so for the Ethereum fetch, you can go Coinbase, or you could use Bitrue. For the Cosmos Station or the Cosmos version, the native fetch, you would go to Kraken, looks like. Okay. Steve asks, the algos bot trading going off of BTC price seems to be mass correlation amongst all assets. Yes, there's mass correlation between all assets because most things kind of rise and fall with Bitcoin because it used to be on most exchanges, Bitcoin was the asset that it was kind of the stable coin of crypto until Tether and USDC started really making, and before you had like dollar proxies, you really had mostly Bitcoin pairs. And well, in the beginning, it was just really Bitcoin and a few other assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, then Bitcoin Cash. I mean, this isn't a direct, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. Then came the block size wars and Bitcoin Cash. And those were kind of like the assets that were on most exchanges. Anyway, the tide rises and falls with Bitcoin. Okay. So when you see Bitcoin dumping, everything dumps, even if it's not dumping. And that's why you always subtract out Bitcoin's price action from other assets' price action to get a good idea of what's going on. So I'll go market cap. Okay. So when you look at these things, you say, okay, how much are these assets really down? Well, if you imagine that you have to kind of back out Bitcoin's price action, if Bitcoin's down 5.6%, then Ethereum's down another 1.16 on top of that, right? So anything below 5.6 is actually performing pretty good. So Cardano, pretty good. Cosmos, pretty good. Filecoin, about average. Graph token, kind of pretty good. Optimism, pretty good. So anything below 5.6, Algorand. Algorand sucks even when everything else just can't win. Anyway, Flow, oddly enough, pretty good. You keep going down. Harmony 1, decent. Well, about the same. And everything else just kind of, crapping the bed. There you go. And market cap slowly melting back up. Bitcoin's already at 63. So things are, this too shall pass. But yeah. When Bitcoin goes, they all go. But it's the other way too. I don't see anybody complaining when Bitcoin goes straight up and other assets go up. No one's like, man, this sucks. Bitcoin's going up and my coins are going up too. This is a scam. Okay. BTC inflows were good, except in Grayscale, where they were bad. Grayscale, they were not good. Grayscale lost a lot, and I think Brandon's going to talk about that tomorrow. It was a bad Monday for Grayscale. Let's see. Do memers still use ETH? Not much. No, they moved to Binance Dumb Chain and Solana. Is there cat house insurance? No, there is not. There's cat insurance, but not cat house insurance. Let's see. Kraken is a good on ramp for fetch. Yeah, Kraken is good. I like Kraken. I like Kraken more than I like Coinbase. I love the Hypercycle videos from the weekend. Was there any mention of the Hypercycle migration to Polygon? There's not going to be a migration to Polygon. That's not what that is. I think people are getting that all confused. There's probably going to be parts of the process that they'll use Polygon just because the Ethereum fees are prohibitively expensive to go to marry the tokens and issue that token stack, the R and the S tokens and all that kind of stuff. There's not in the plans right now at all. Listen, there are no plans at all to have a Hypercycle Polygon token. That's not what's happening. Kitty, hold on. Come here, Bubba. Whoa. Ah. This dude is just trying to get attention. Yeah. Here, you want attention? Here. Look. Whoa. You want attention? There. You got it. Yeah, you got it. You got attention. Look. Yeah. Okay, go. Stop. Want to go down? What do you want? Yeah? Everything is a chew toy. That's my world. Everything is a chew toy. Oh, he got that. Well, at least someone got use out of these stupid ass glasses. All right. Okay. Back to business. Yeah, so that's not happening. So let's get that out of the discourse. There's the Polygon Hypercycle token ain't coming. That's just not a thing. Okay. My fetch stuck on Cosmo. Not sure how to get it across the bridge. What? You don't need to bridge it. What do you need to bridge it? We're already past all this. Open up a Kraken account, Brenda. Don't be lazy. Are there, well, let me ask, are there places where you can't open Kraken? Maybe New York. If that's the case, I'm sure there's other places where you can do it. We'll do some research on that. Okay. Weird 5-minute dumps lately at odd times. Yeah. Cost me $100 to convert fetch to USD on Kraken. Well, that doesn't mean anything, Joseph, because we don't know how many tokens you had and how. I mean, if you had 100,000 fetch, that's probably not a bad deal. And you shouldn't be converting anything. You should be selling. You guys know that, right? When there's convert buttons, you're going to get cracked for the bad fees. Yeah. Loki, stop. Dude, he's on one this morning. It's like he's on crack. Well, it's a big coffee cup. And it's a camera with angles. See? Now I have a big head. Now I have a small head. All right. Let's see. Tuvi mentioned quantum computing. What was the context? I can't say anything more about that. They are engaging with some firms that are in the quantum computing space, like he said. That's all I can say about that. There's all sorts of things going on in Hypercycle that they don't make public because they try to only publicize things once they're already like done deals. So when they're in negotiations and stuff like that, it doesn't make any sense to kind of publicize that stuff. It just gives keeps people. They like to kind of deliver like, this happened, proofs, this happened, that kind of thing. Okay. How big is Voodoo? Voodoo is still a little bit bigger than Loki. Well, heavier. Loki's still like light, long and light, but he's becoming a real troublemaker. He's just going to tear everything up, which is fine. If I don't hear it, it's like, okay, whatever. And it's like, you have to catch him in the act. You can't punish him if you don't catch him doing the exact thing. Otherwise, they're like, what are you even mad about? You're like, yeah, that's a good point. So you either catch him doing the thing or you just chalk it up to a loss. Voodoo is female. Loki is male. Okay, no Kraken in New York. Okay, if it's no Kraken in New York, then you're going to have to do some bridge activity or find another exchange that'll take. I mean, I'm sure a quick little Googling or chat GPTing, you'll find some exits for fetch. There's got to be some other place. It can't be that Kraken is the only place where native fetch can be traded. There's all sorts of swap facilities in the Cosmos ecosystem where you could probably go to USDC and then push that USDC anywhere. I'm sure USDC is apparent in the Cosmos ecosystem. Yeah, Ripple's the worst. 589 because of the bear and the Joker and all this bullshit. I'm glad that most of those guys are gone. I'm glad most of those guys have disappeared. Oh yeah, NYC is probably bad. Okay. Let's attack any kind of non-specifically market-related questions. Yeah, you can do Binance, but you have to go through a VPN. So you must go through a VPN if you want to use Binance. And that's not advice, because that'd be giving you advice to do something that you shouldn't do, I think. I don't know what the rule is. Like, do we get in trouble? Do they get in trouble? I don't know who gets in trouble. Well, I think people just don't want to use the bridge because it takes a little bit of time and it's frustrating. So they'll end up spending more time and being more frustrated doing things that are much more complicated than the bridge. I think you could probably, you can use osmosis or something like that, swap right into USDC, push that USDC to any exchange you want. Let's see, the Rocket TX bridge as well. I don't know. I have not messed with that bridge. I do not know. All right. Otherwise, when you see these, this is also kind of impresses on you guys the importance of dollar cost averaging, which is buying assets over time rather than buying in one lump sum. And it does that to kind of average out the price, your dollar cost averaged price of an asset. So if you buy on, every 5 days or every 9 days, some weird number, over time, you're going to get an aggregate price. Some days it's going to be up, some days it's going to be down. And on the days where it's up, you get less tokens, but you're happy. And on the days when it's down, you get more tokens. The price is down, but you're happy because you got more tokens. If it's an asset that you like and that you believe in, that's the strategy you use. If it's an asset you don't like, don't buy it. If you don't like it, don't buy it. I think that's fair, right? Where's the confounded bridge? I don't know what the confounded bridge is. Yes, I have two kitties. I have Loki and I have Voodoo, but Voodoo is staying at a friend's house until Loki is cleared of, he had pneumonia. So until he's cleared of the pneumonia, which yesterday we did all the blood tests and all that kind of stuff, they did it one more time and they checked him out. So yeah. Okay. Really quick, because this happened yesterday, so I want to just address it. When you get an email that says someone is trying to change the address of your Coinbase account, be careful that that is also not a phishing email itself. A lot of times you'll get this email that looks like it's from Coinbase. It'll say, oh, someone is switching, someone is switching your account or making a transfer or something. And it panics you into clicking a link in that email. Now, if it's directly from Coinbase, there's usually an email that has, to shut the account down. That's not the way you should do it, though. You should log into Coinbase and then attempt to shut the account down. The next thing you can do is call Coinbase customer support and attempt to shut the account down. The next thing you can do is go back through your email to an actual Coinbase email and click into that and go and just lock your account down. You can always lock your account down. Even if you can't get access to it, you can lock it down. Also, on Coinbase, if you change the email on your account, now I believe this is the way it is. As far as I understand, this is what I was explained, is that for 24 hours, you can't do any withdrawals. And that protects people from pulling shenanigans like a SIM swap and things like that. So you got to calm down. This happened to one of our friends yesterday. Oh, someone's taken over my account. And not everything they were saying made sense completely, but that, they're grappling with the situation. So the first thing you do is you just lock the account. And if you can't lock it by logging in, because maybe someone did SIM swap you somehow. Also, real quick, don't have your 2FA, your two-factor authentication, as an email two-factor authentication. Think about how stupid that is. Real quick. Someone steals your phone. They get into your phone. Oh, I have two-factor authentication. It's cool. Like if they SIM swap your phone. It's cool because they can't do anything, right? No, because the same phone they SIM swapped, your email two-factor authentication comes right back to it. You either need Google Authenticator, because even if they swap your phone, those numbers don't go. That's on phone, on app. Okay? Meaning those numbers would be different on a different computer, different phone. So Google Authenticator. Everybody write it. There's 238 people here. I want everyone here to write Google Authenticator in the chat. Google Authenticator. And yeah, don't click a verification link if they're doing a security check and then they lock it. Google Authenticator. Google Authenticator. Do not use email, rubes, because then the same phone they SIM swapped, they're just going to take over your email. They can't do that with Google Authenticator. At least not yet. Use Google Authenticator. And if you really want to be a badass, you have a second phone. This is how ballers do it, by the way. You have a second phone, and the second phone is where you have your Google Authenticator. So that even if they get your phone and they get your email and they get all of your shit, the other phone has Google Authenticator in it. The phone that they don't know about. The phone that doesn't even need a phone number. It can just be Wi-Fi. So, Google Authenticator. Okay. All right. I think if that's all we do, if that's all we achieve today, I think we've done good things. Google Authenticator. Go very slow during these bull market phases, which this thing's going to get crazy. We're not even there yet. And when this thing gets crazy, a lot of people are going to be clicking buttons fast and don't have done all of that work for the last however long you've been in the space, however long you've been investing. Don't do all of this work just to give it back. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. For those of you that want to kind of dive deeper into kind of, actually more active managing your portfolios, things like that, Digital Investor has a lot of cool tools behind the scenes. There's lots of cool stuff back there. We kind of definitely go much deeper, and we actually talk about like prices and entry points and exits and all this kind of stuff that you shouldn't really discuss in a public broadcast, because then everybody says you're telling me what to do. I lost money because I'm a retard, and now I want you to give me all my money back and all that stuff. So, become a digital investor and join us behind the wall. If you have the authenticator on your iPad, good move. Okay, Anthony, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. Let's see. Howard asks, do you think with these meme coins soaking up extraordinary amount of capital will significantly affect the bull run? No, because they're not. Howard, buddy, you got to go do some research. These meme coins aren't soaking up capital. They're soaking up just a handful of like waiters and waitresses and Uber drivers' cash, and personal trainers. There's not real money. Real money is not going into these meme coins. They're illiquid garbage. It's just these people launch coins. It costs a few bucks to launch a coin. They launch it. They pump it on Twitter and on TikTok. A bunch of dumb assholes pump into it. They buy into it as these guys are selling out. It's so beyond obvious that you almost want them to lose. I don't want anyone to lose money, but I almost do. All right. And I can't, you look up a SIM swap. It's where they take control of your phone and they brick your phone because someone at one of the companies takes your information and swaps it to another device. Usually they do it at night, so they have many, many hours to work on stealing all of your stuff. And then they scrape your phone, and whatever information you had on your phone that was valuable, they just have it. So if you have private keys and passphrases on your phone, you're a damn fool, because they will have it. Anything on this device is subject to being stolen. So be careful out there. Be careful out there, kids. Okay. Stay in school, don't do drugs, don't do anything my poor and solvent drunk struggling on meth grandparents wouldn't do. Or Brandon, it's probably warm. It's probably really warm where he's at. So I bet he's wearing a tank top.